welcome to the best damn book club on the internet. My name's Ryan Thomas. That's David Crocker, and today we're reading the best damn manga on the planet, One Piece, Volume 2.
Woohoo!
Davis, tell them where they can find us and all that good stuff that we have to remind them of every episode.
Woohoo! Hello, everybody. Welcome back to It's Reading Comics. This week's episode 182, and we get to talk about One Piece Volume 2. As always, tell your friends, your family, anyone who wants to listen to two idiots talk about comics. You can check us out on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You can listen to us anywhere you get your podcasts. And as always, let's get into it.
Yeah.
Woo!
I debated telling you about this the last episode.
Uh-oh.
I was hoping we just wouldn't talk about it at all.
Oh, I'm a little scared now.
My Iron Bowl experience this year.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Did you didn't go, did you?
No.
Did you tailgate?
Damn near, I didn't even watch the game.
I mean, come on, man. You're at least, you're a fan. You have to watch it.
Not when you think you're going to get blown out by a million. But it gets worse. So the fun part first. I said, you know what? We just lost to New Mexico State. We're going to get our asses kicked. I don't give a shit where we're playing this game. I'm not going to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
So I found the one Pokemon tournament for championship points in the state of Alabama that day.
You're kidding.
Enterprise, Alabama, 3 hours away.
You're kidding.
It was a League Cup for 50 championship points. The biggest local you can have. 5 people showed up.
Mm-hmm.
And I won. So won my first ever League Cup.
I'm sorry, man. I thought you were about to say you came in 5th.
No.
I'm sorry. I thought the whole day was just gonna go bad.
No. No. I was having a great day.
Fuck yeah, man. Congrats.
Won my first League Cup.
Is that why you're so gung-ho to go to Knoxville?
I mean, dude, I've lost plenty of 5-person tournaments. But I got a cool little play mat. It says champion on it. Been wanting one of those for a while.
Sweet.
But it was so not crowded at all. There's so few people in the tournament. By the time I got in my car to drive home, the game just kicked off on the radio. So I listened to it. You listened all the way back. Went to a part of this, the card shop I go to here in the Birmingham area decided, I guess that Saturday is technically Small Business Saturday.
Yeah.
And so they decided every a bit of profit that they got on Small Business Saturday was going to be given as bonuses to their employees.
Whoa.
So I was like, all right, I'm going and I'm going to try to spend at least like $50 there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that's all I could afford at the time. But so I go there, and by that time they're in the 4th quarter, and Auburn's up, having a great day. Debated sitting in the car and just listening on the radio, because I didn't want to mess up the mojo. I was like, we're gonna lose. It's just gonna happen. And so I go in the store, talk to everybody, show off my awesome championship playmat, and so we were in there for a while, and someone goes, "Hey, Auburn's up, and it's 4th and goal from the 31-yard line.
30 seconds-ish on the clock."
Yeah, and I said, haha, fuck you. I'm going to turn it on. Pull it up on my phone.
Oh.
So I'm having a great day right now. The 2023 Iron Bowl, as I saw it, was the 4th and 31 play. Kick the PAT. Kick off. We stupidly run out of the end zone.
Yeah.
And only get to like the 19.
That. Yeah.
First offensive play for Auburn. Damn near give up a safety.
Yeah, the motherfucker just ran straight backwards into the end zone.
Second play, interception. Apparently, I walked off. I didn't know it was a called back and not a touchdown. Apparently, he stepped out of bounds.
He stepped out.
But in my head,
12.
It was a pick 6 to end the game.
Well, watching it live, watching the entire game, even after the interception, nobody said shit about if it was like it
No,
didn't
because I mean,
matter.
it didn't matter.
It doesn't matter, but at the same time, like no referee stepped out
It
on the
mattered
field.
to
And
the people that thought
it
Bama
mattered to a
backdoor
lot
covered.
of fucking. It mattered to a lot
Yeah.
of fucking bettors.
Yeah.
But like nobody stepped out on the field, and like the referees didn't go ruling on the field.
No, it was like, all right, cool.
Out of the third, everybody just ran off the field.
Yeah.
Like the referees fucking hauled it to the fucking locker room. Dude,
Yeah.
those referees are gonna get killed by both sides in that game. Fucking.
So, yeah.
Oh, so then you missed the most egregious call of the whole game. Then
I remember on the radio,
the face mask in the end zone,
and we got called for blocking the back.
Bama, dude, Bama. It was a 15-yard in y'all's favor from like the 5-yard line.
Mm-hmm.
Again, he stupidly brought it out of the end zone.
Yeah.
And then they're like, "Oh yeah, blocking the back," and everybody, and even I'm like when I was watching here, I'm like,
yeah,
no, like
it's like that's that Birmingham cooking right there.
Like I don't even know how you even miss. Like that's not that's either way.
No, dude, Andy Burcham and I think Jason Campbell is the guy who does radio now. It's not Stan White anymore.
Yeah. Well, he died. He died, didn't he?
No, you're thinking of the God, I can't remember his name now.
He got hit by that kid.
Yeah, no, that's not. That's the play-by-play guy. Play-by-play guy now is Andy Burcham.
I got you.
You're thinking Rod Bramblett.
Yeah.
No, Andy Burcham is the new play-by-play guy who replaced Rod. I think Stan White, who used to play quarterback at Auburn, I think he just said either he's got a kid in high school or something like that, or high school football or something like that. But he stepped aside, and now I think it's Jason Campbell.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But yeah, they were losing their mind over that on the radio.
Yeah, I get it.
I wish they would have gone full. If you ever watched old clips of like the Celtics and Lakers NBA finals from like the 80s, and the Celtics guy used to like legit lose their mind. He called them like gutless cowards in the way they do things here in Los Angeles or whatever. I was hoping they'd go full on like that.
Jesus, that would have been fucking hilarious.
Yeah. But yeah, that's how I spent my Iron Bowl Saturday.
Holy shit, man.
Yeah.
No, that fucking game, it's I don't even understand like how it's fucking Jordan Hare, Iron Bowl. Nothing is real. Nothing of that game, like nothing ever in that game is real or is any representation of how the season's going at all. In both ways, it's gone both sides. Like even when Auburn's good and Bama's was bad.
Unless Derrick Henry's on the field, I was in Jordan Hare for that one, and Derrick Henry said, "Fuck y'all's magic in here."
Fuck y'all, and he fucking destroyed people in that game.
Yeah.
What was so poetic too is that it was 4th and 31, 10-year anniversary of Kick 6. Yeah, that couldn't have been more poetic. But out of all the games, of all the like Iron Bowl highlights, it's always been funny. I will tell
you right now, be prepared for them to run it into the ground.
What do you mean? Oh, 4th and 31?
The replay that, yeah.
Yeah, dude, we already have the second and whatever with Bryce when they won the national championship. That fucker, like, as we're in that grand, every time Bama goes to a championship or any big game, it's like, oh, here's Bryce Young, like, here's the play. It's like, cool. Can we talk about the current season? Like,
but I'm just telling you, like, about 2 years ago, it started getting real old. Yeah. And I'm telling you right now, it's going to happen to that play.
Yeah. Well, and, like, all of the Bama Auburn games, it's like, Auburn usually gets the games that any Iron Bowl they win, they usually get some crazy, like, kick 6 or punt, Bama punt, or Auburn usually get, y'all usually get
over the top.
Y'all usually get, like, the named games.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of like
y'all got a couple ones.
We've got a couple, but I can't think of them off the top of my head. I'm sure they're out there.
Yeah.
But it's like this year, it's like, oh no, this one will get like it'll be up there for a whole fucking time. But yeah, that's fucking, and then go to the SEC championship and actually beat Georgia down.
I kind of knew that was going to happen. I didn't take y'all on our pick'em, but I kind of knew that was going to
happen. Dude, I wasn't expecting it to be. I figured it was going to be a last-second field goal to win the game by somebody, by Georgia or Bama. I didn't think Bama was going to take the lead and never relinquish it in the first quarter.
Y'all about to destroy fucking Michigan, dude.
Dude, I am. Dude, if it's Michigan, Texas in the fucking championship again, and just
You
sitting there
mean
watching
who you play?
Bama, Texas in the
Texas,
championship, just watch the FSU fans just sit there and try to say that they would be there instead. It's just gonna be fucking great.
They're gonna lose their bowl game.
Yeah, they're fucking losing to Georgia.
Yeah, they're losing to Georgia.
The bad thing is about that shit is like half the guys aren't gonna fucking play. Like you're gonna have a bunch of sit outs because no one cares about bowl games anymore. So
Georgia
if
can still out talent them.
Oh yeah, but if FSU somehow magically won and they start screaming, it's like, well,
oh yeah, they'll
they'll
have
guys,
a better claim than UCF did.
Well, yeah, but then you're gonna have like Georgia's not gonna play 5 guys. You go like, well, it's not fucking apples to apples anymore. It's
I'm telling you right now, FSU wins that ball game, and y'all win the national championship. Don't think I won't have a Florida State national championship.
No fucking shit, you will. Like motherfucker. Not even going to a bowl game, and you're gonna sit there.
Yeah,
with
we are.
FSU. No.
Music City Bowl.
Thought you ended 5-7.
6-6.
Oh, lucky bastards!
And there wasn't enough eligible teams for.
Okay.
That's how.
So you could have gone at a 5-7.
Yeah, I think so. That's how JMU and what's the team from Alabama that just went D1?
North Alabama, Jacksonville.
No, Jack State.
Jack State.
Yeah, they both were still technically in their like level up penalty, like probation time period.
And they letting them go.
But they didn't have enough bowl eligible teams, so they let them go in.
Interesting. Damn. So if y'all had beat New Mexico State, y'all would have ended the season at 7-5.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like great for Auburn.
I was like 6-6, 7-5 is what I was expecting.
But that's not great for Auburn. But at the same time, for the season y'all had,
when you find out how horrible Brian Harsin was at recruiting, yeah.
Boy, man, that dude.
As much as I don't like the coach we have now, that motherfucker's recruiting his ass off.
Like I was cheering for him because like he was just getting such a bad rap from the day he showed up. Like, man, prove yourself. Like, show like you're doing something. And it's like then they fired him because of Auburn being Auburn bullshit. I was remember, like, man. Well, and then it's just like then stories came out. It's like, yeah, he left the 4-star on Reed. Like he didn't go meet the kids. Like he's not going. He didn't go get it. It's like
I was real concerned.
What the fuck were you doing?
Like halfway through his first year, he's like, "Yeah, I'm still going to recruit West Coast kids, and then try to pluck what I can out of the South." And I'm like, "What are you talking? They don't play football out there."
Like, dude, all you have to do is show up.
It's a completely different style of football. Dude, like maybe you go and get a quarterback out there, but that's it.
In the Southeast, all you have to do is show up with an Auburn recruiter at any high school.
Yeah.
And 4 kids are signing that day. Like, they might not be the best, but you got 4 kids signing right there. Why the fuck are you going to the West Coast to try and get kids? They have no idea what Auburn is.
No idea where it is.
Yeah. Oh, I do want to say this. Fear the thumb. Fear the thumb. Fear the thumb.
Is it really almost 5 years?
Dude, it's been 4. We just got 4.
2019.
Uh-huh.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Bama hasn't lost at home in 2 years. Now, both Auburn trips have been fucking win the game in overtime and win it on 4th and 31.
Dude, I honestly like Auburn being bad, Raiders being bad. The amount of I've cared about football this year is at an all-time low.
Like your footballness this year has kind of scared me because like
it's almost not there.
You're one of like 4 people I can legitimately talk to about football, and like you haven't wanted to, or like you really haven't cared. I'm like, I don't have anybody to.
My amount of football watched has gone way down, but keeping up with the sport.
Well, yeah, I mean,
I've listened to like way more football podcasts this year, though.
Well, yeah, because you stopped watching as many games and stuff. Yeah. But, no, man, dude. The only reason I say fear the thumb.
When the 2 games a week I watch make me super depressed, it's just kind of like,
it's just pretty
should
good.
I let this affect my mood as much as I do?
Shouldn't affect me this horribly.
Yeah.
But
we're on the best.
No, man. Yeah, but dude, all I remember is
apparently
in high school,
we have a top 5 baseball recruiting class this year.
Ooh, interesting. Yeah. Dude, all I remember from fucking like middle school when y'all went on that 5-year run was kids running around screaming "Fear the thumb, fear the thumb," and
Yeah.
I'll never
I was
never
one of those
forget.
kids.
Oh, I know. I'll never forget because Bama was coming off their shit 8 years of just
God, I
absolute
miss Mike
hell,
Sheila.
dude. People talk about Shula like he was the greatest thing, and then you sit there and look at Alabama, and he's like, "Motherfucker, put us in penalties, and then we had to fucking dig our way out of that bullshit."
And the only time he ever got close to a championship, he lost to Auburn.
Yeah. Anytime he even had a shot, Auburn took care of it.
Yeah.
But did y'all get 6 in a row, or was the 5? 5 was it, right?
I think we got 6 in a row.
Did you get 6?
Yeah. I think the other thumb got played down a lot because it was Nick Saban, and y'all could see the growth.
Yeah.
But Saban's first year, he lost to us.
Well, and I think the whole fear the thumb was one thing when you go into 5.
Yeah.
But then y'all try to do fear the other thumb going for 6, and it's like that doesn't translate, right? You don't count 6 like this. But yes, I get.
They're just trying to sell T-shirts.
Oh yeah, I understand.
But it was also Saban's first year, and so I think we kind of knew what was going to end up happening. Maybe not to this level, but.
Oof. Well, I mean, and hell, still, man. I think other than this 4-year run, I think the reasons before was only 2. I think it was only on 2-year runs for both teams. I don't think there's ever been
We definitely didn't win 2 in a row against them.
No, yeah. But even Bama hasn't won more. This is the first time we've won this many in a row. But
yeah, we're good at sneaking one in there. We'll keep a coach around. Maybe that's what Saban was doing.
That's what fucking kept Gus Malzahn around for so goddamn long.
Yeah.
Tuberville kept his ass around.
No. Oh, yeah, I guess it did.
It kept him around. I mean, and he just ended up leaving on his own.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, the school actually went and tried to renege on his deal, so he made him give him more money.
I actually don't remember what happened with him.
I'm pretty sure the administration.
My dad said he kind of got complacent, like he was living off that 2004 season for a long time.
Yeah. Well, and I think I think what kicked it off was the administration went to I think Louisville to get a coach, but they did it outside of the rules. Tuberville found out and told him give me an extension and give me more money, and then he rode that to the end. And that's the way I remember it. Whether that was right,
I don't know.
But that fits the complacency thing.
Yeah. No, it was he lived off that for a long time. I knew all he had to do was beat Bama for real.
Yeah.
And then we saw y'all hire Saban, and we're just
beat Bama, Bama and Georgia, and you're good. You can go 2-10 as long as you beat Bama and Georgia.
Yeah.
And you'll stay there forever.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's our sports talk radio today. We did.
Happy day after Christmas as well for everybody who celebrates Christmas. Merry Christmas.
If you don't celebrate Christmas, whatever holidays you do celebrate.
Hanukkah, Kwanzaa.
Hanukkah and Kwanzaa are the only 2 I know.
Yeah.
But apparently there are 47 holidays.
Yeah, Happy Lunar New Year that after this, I think.
Happy pagan holiday that your religion co-opted.
Happy holidays. I'm not a big fan of saying that, but screw it. Happy holidays to everybody who's listening. And for all the weird shit we read.
Happy Capitalism Month.
That's really what this is. That's all this is now.
That's all it is.
That's all it is now.
I saw someone put on Facebook, and it was and this is a girl, I'm pretty sure that goes to church. I saw it on Facebook, and it was just saw a kid go meet Santa for the first time, and it really reminded me the reason for the season. Santa is the true image of kindness and how we should be nice to everybody and giving on this time of year, and how you're supposed to be with your family. And I was like, you do realize this is Jesus' birthday, right?
It is Santa.
I'm not super religious, but I think when it originally started this religion,
Santa Claus originally after Christian Jesus' rebirth or birth and everything. Yeah. Santa was the epitome of
Saint Nick. Yeah,
giving and charity and on top of Christianity.
Yeah.
And now he's just the face of Coke and capitalism.
Yeah. Kind of.
Yeah. But
so we read One Piece.
We did read One Piece.
I can go ahead and say we're going to add or give credit to Ichiro Oda But I think there's
Woohoo!
a couple more people since it's an English translation.
Yeah, translation Andy Nakatani, English adaptation Lance Castleman, touch up art and lettering Bill Scooch, graphics and cover design Sean Lee, senior editor Jason Thompson, and graphic novel editor Shannon K. Garrity.
Cool. Shout out to
Um,
all you people.
Woohoo! It's awesome. Like every time we read this or go back, like it's just always gets me that Ichiro like did all like it's story and art by Ichiro. Like
Yeah.
he did all that. Like at the start, all like
52 weeks a year.
he did all this by himself.
Mm.
Like, could you imagine? Like, and I'm sure we talked about this before, but could you just imagine sitting there you do this every day? This is all you do.
There's a lot of YouTube videos about the toxic work pace of manga writers. Yeah, you can go.
But like at this like early years, like it was just him.
Oh yeah,
doing all this. But
no,
yeah, I can
just the pace that they have to put them out. Like those chapters, those 20-page chapters,
every week.
Yeah,
every week. Now I can definitely see like your early thousands, like when manga and all started kicking off, or like now it's like
Toonami introduced American kids to anime.
Yeah, now you've probably got 6-7 people working on it, and every one of them is, well, maybe, like at most maybe 6. But either way,
I don't even think the video I saw
week,
was like there are a couple that hire like 2 people to help draw like the not important panels.
Yeah, but just every week, fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, they got insane work culture over there in Japan.
Well, yeah, it's fucking wicked.
Mm-hmm. Can you remind me of where this stopped though?
Stopped. Okay,
yes.
So, Luffy.
You'll see. They didn't like finish the fight, did they?
No, Luffy has beaten. Luffy and Zoro have beaten the second lieutenant of
the unicycle guy.
Yeah. And Luffy is getting prepared to fight the clown one-on-one.
Buggy the clown.
And that's where it cuts off. Now, something I didn't notice the first time I read this, I guess I was just reading it. Like you see Zoro's name, your brain.
Yeah, and in the manga it's Zolo.
Yeah, in English it's Zolo, and I was like,
he apparently was not sure of the laws when he first started, and he did not know if he could use the name Zoro. Which is why in the anime they're like, first off, that's well past
copyright law.
Yeah, like public domain and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why in the show it's Zoro.
Okay.
Manga, as far as I'm aware, is still Zolo.
So. Even still, like currently still?
I mean, I haven't read past volume 9, so.
I thought you read way more than that. No, you've seen everything.
Yeah, I'm caught up to the English dub on Crunchyroll right now. Which is episode 1027.
That's right. Man.
It's a fucking lot.
It's God, dude, just the idea of like how many that is. Yeah, so I mean we start off Luffy got dropped out.
Really introducing Nami.
Yeah. So we get to see Nami, the new clown, the Buggy
the clown.
He's funny. I don't know why. I guess the live action really like the actor in that one. I really like. He really
grew on me. At the beginning, especially more in the anime, because now in the live action they know more of what he is.
Yeah,
he's one of those people that fails upwards, and so he gets this badass reputation completely by chance.
Yeah, because even in the show,
in the anime and the manga though, they try to make him kind of a badass in these first ones, but then like later down on the line, you find out some stuff about his past, and it gives him like a massive reputation. And then the entire time, like they'd be like, "Boss, what do we need to do?" And he's like, "I don't fucking know. Just do this," and it randomly works. And he's like, "Okay."
Yeah, because like in this, or in the show too, it's like you have he's already got a full crew. He's ready to go do the grand line. It's like, but you kind of suck. Yet you're already like you have a crew that's large enough to advance to the grand line.
Yeah,
and Luffy's trying to do it with 2 people.
They say it later on in the show, and it's like apparently out of the 4 seas, the East Blue is supposedly known as like the weakest or the easiest to get started on,
like where they currently are.
Yeah. So, but yeah, my favorite is normally people say around if you've seen the live action, you've seen the anime, or if you've read ahead.
Yeah.
The culmination of Arlong Park, where the Nami like stabs herself in the arm and asks Luffy for help, is like where you really decide whether you're bought into One Piece and stuff. But people always forget about the chapter that we read in this one with Choo Choo.
Chow Chow. I call it.
Chow Chow?
I kept reading it as Chow Chow.
Yeah, Chow Chow the dog.
Yeah.
That's really the first glimpse of holy shit, this really goofy anime can suddenly get deep like on a dime.
Dude, he got it.
Chow Chow the dog, it'll have you tearing up.
Yeah, dude, Chow Chow, like you just see this random dog that starts biting Luffy, and then it's like, oh no, this dog has been standing guard of his owner's shop for years now since he's been dead, and won't fucking leave.
Yeah, and just keeps getting beaten up by the lion and stuff like that.
Had the business burned down, and
and Luffy saved a box of dog food from it for him.
Yeah, it's spelled CHOU-CHOU. I don't know if it's Chow Chow, Choo Choo.
I don't know. I wouldn't say Choo Choo.
And I don't remember how they said it in the anime.
They didn't really address it a whole. They gave him like a quick 2-second shout out, like he showed up, but they didn't really.
He was not in the live action, right?
He wasn't very prominent in the live action, though.
I don't even remember
they do a whole episode on him in the anime.
Yeah, in the anime. I'm talking about the live action. In the live action, I don't think they even.
I think they show him, but they don't go back into his backstory at all.
It's like if you know this character, if you know who this is,
if you know who this is, here you go. Which a little disappointing, but whatever.
Yeah, because like in the live action, you and I had a discussion about I was thinking about just starting the anime where the live action ended. Yeah, and then reading this, I was like, and I've watched it. I was like, well, this entire village scene is not even what they did in the live action.
Yeah. There's the way more nuance in this.
Yeah. I think the live action, they actually had the villagers captured and using them, and this, it was like, oh no, the villagers are just living. They're outside of town, and Buggy is just living in the town.
Whatever island it was where you go find Usopp, massively different.
Really?
I mean, they had to fit.
They had to fit
fit the entire East Blue into 8 episodes.
Yeah.
Which I think we looked, and it would have been like episode 48 or 35, somewhere in there.
Yeah, it's 40s. It's in the 40s or 50s.
Yeah.
Low 50s.
So they had to fit all that into 8 episodes.
Yeah. And I get it. I mean, you can't, it's with the Harry Potter that's coming out maybe next year. No, 25.
Oh, yeah,
maybe.
the HBO show.
HBO series. It's like,
they keep
saying
they should do the book.
They keep saying that they're going to do the books, but at the same time, you sit there and go, okay, if you're going to say you do the books, you need a 10 to 15 episode season.
HBO usually does 13.
So okay, that could work. That's half of what I said.
Yeah,
and it's flesh it out. Yes, there's a lot of filler shit that can just be left out, overarching, just thought bubbles and shit like that.
That's what all those people like, or all the Harry Potter people like.
But if you don't say you're going to do it, and then end up this live action, and then cut out whole story arcs or change story arcs, it's
Netflix had a lot of failed anime adaptations, and so I think they're like, no, you're going to prove that you can make it work before we just deep dive into this.
True, and I think it'll work. I mean, I think you, and that's what I've never understood about how you watch live action versions of comics and books is what is canon, what is real, like Star Wars. Everything, that's what I love about Star Wars is everything that comes out, comics, books, TV, is of the same universe, and can be pulled from and used. Everything's free game. Harry Potter, there's a whole fandom that doesn't even know who uh the jester is that runs around
No idea.
because you've never read you've never read the
I've
books.
read the first book.
Yeah, so there's a poltergeist that runs around that literally drops shit on kids, throws ink bomb pellets at them, and he's a jokester like Fred and George.
Yeah.
And like you don't even know who he is because you've never seen it, or I don't even know if he's in the book that you read, but it wouldn't have been enough.
Yeah, I don't think so.
He's in it,
Okay.
but he's not prevalent enough like you would remember him.
Yeah.
But
honestly, I think the best option is to do what Jack Reacher the first season did.
yeah,
Apparently that is, and Game of Thrones season 1 did this too. But it apparently is just scene for scene the book.
yeah.
Which,
But like,
yeah, do that.
But like Game of Thrones outpaced the books, and then just
We all know whose fault that is.
Woo! They went way off in fucking left field.
Although apparently I saw some update on YouTube. He went and met with his publishers about Winds of Winter.
Damn. Which he's got two more coming out?
Winds of Winter and A Dream of Spring.
God almighty. Well, it's like Name of the Wind, that story I was
Although
telling you about.
apparently, like, he's got like 1,000 pages, so they might like split it into 2 books. Like they had, apparently they had to do that with one of the other books.
Jesus.
Which would put him at
9.
1 done, 1 almost done, hopefully.
Yeah,
and
they
then
just chop it. Yeah,
a third to do.
Yeah, they chop it off and then just edit it.
Yeah.
Like there's the Name of Wind that I read. He put out the first book over 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Second book came out like 5 years later, and he's put out these 2 small like
novellas, I think is what they call them.
Yeah, novella. Yeah, it's like they call it part 2, like books 2.1 and 2.2.
Yeah.
And they don't carry the story, they talk about other characters.
Yeah.
And they like I've gotten on there like, when's the third book? Like all it is 3 books, it's finishing it, he won't do anything else. And it's like he hasn't even like talked to anyone yet. Like he produced this little novella.
It's hard to land a plane.
Well, and especially with the way this book is like, yes, there's so much information in the first 2 books.
Yeah.
Yet they've only progressed like 8 years into this character's story.
Mm-hmm.
And the character, when you meet him, is 50 to 150 years old. Unknown age. Like he's unknown age. It's like, you've been this in-depth about 8 years. What are you about to do to get caught up and finish the book in 1 more book?
Yeah.
Like it almost seems like he wrote himself into a hole of like, I may have overcommitted and only done 3 books. Like,
I mean, opposite of the situation, to get back to One Piece. Apparently Ichiro Oda has talked about how it's coming to an end. People made it sound like there was only going to be like 1 more story arc after Wano, which is what they just finished up. But then I saw some posts that made it sound like there's going to be like 5 or 6 more arcs. And in One Piece, that's damn near 2 years apiece, 1.5 years, 2 years apiece. I was like, it's like another close to done.
That's like 10 more years. But maybe in his head, the way he's writing it is like, like only have 5 arcs left.
Yeah.
Yes, it'll take a while.
Apparently
to come
he knows the ending. Apparently only him, I think maybe his publisher.
I mean,
and
I
then
would imagine
apparently there was a Make-A-Wish kid, and before he died, he wanted to know what the One Piece was, and so he went and told that kid like what the ending was. But I think apparently alive today, there might only be 2 people that know the ending to One Piece.
And I would imagine writing something like this for so long, continuously, not even taking breaks.
Oh yeah.
At some point, you sat down and went, okay, I have to, like at first, he's just writing a story to write a story. And then probably 10, 15 years in, he's like, okay, I need a direction to carry me to the end. This is how long I've taken to get here. I need to start angling towards an ending. And that's probably when he came up with like, okay, this is what we got to get to.
Yeah.
To end it, how do I need to get there?
Yeah.
Like, especially for something that long.
I mean, I think it started in like 97, 99?
It said 97 when this came out.
Yeah.
Or this volume came out in 97.
Oh. So, yeah, probably. Well, I mean, they do it once a week, not once a month. So yeah, it could still be 97.
One Piece, 1997 by Ichiro Oda, all rights reserved. First published in Japan in 1997
Yeah,
by Shueisha Incorporated.
sure.
So yeah, so 97.
hmm
But
So over 20 years,
yeah,
going on 26.
2096. Yeah, 26. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, it's insane.
hmm
But um, I mean, the bad thing about a manga is like there's a lot that happened, but not a lot happened.
Are you
You
talking
get what I
about
mean?
this one volume?
Yeah. This volume, like
Oh, it's
volumes at a
just
time.
a million. That's just how One Piece is.
Oh,
As far
yeah.
as like what happens in it, not a lot, but the amount of like character growth every
Yeah.
book is just tremendous.
Like watching, like getting to see Luffy like turn Nami. It's like, oh,
Yeah,
I will not join a pirate group, and it's like,
and you see Zoro openly referring to like he's just canonically he's like maybe on his second or third day, or at least the first week with him, and he's like,
yeah,
no, that's my fucking captain.
that's my captain. Yeah,
Yeah, and Luffy being like, that's my crewmate,
yeah,
but also Zoro's like in the middle of the fight, he's like, no, I got this, and Luffy's like, all right, handle
yeah. Cool, take care of
it.
it.
Yeah,
Like I trust him. You have a massive gaping stab wound in your gut, but
yeah,
yeah,
he's
take
like,
care of it.
it'd be like he can already tell it'd be super disrespectful for him to step in and fuck up Zoro's
Yeah,
fight.
which is like again, like yeah, canonically, this is like day 3,
Yeah.
and they're already the best
hmm
crew members. And you can see like in the live action, like seeing Nami. Yes, she like and like she was a part of the crew, yet still trying to do her own thing.
Oh, Nami planned to abandon them when they get to her hometown, for sure.
Exactly. But the small
Even
little
before
things
then,
that
after the
happen,
Baratie.
yeah. But even like little small things that happen,
hmm
she's like still once everything on her home island ends, it's like, oh no, okay, I do believe you. Like you are.
Oh yeah.
I'll join you. You're part of like I'll be a part of your crew.
hmm
Like I trust you now, and
Oh yeah.
it's like I fucked up with my
Which is
decisions, but
a beautiful moment.
yeah, it's like I fucked up with my decisions, but
hmm
all of your decisions are now allowing me to join you. Like
Yeah.
you still believe in me after everything
And
I've
what
done to fuck you over.
if we ever get to it in the manga, you'll see, or if you get to it in the anime, the show messes it, or kind of messes it up, to be honest.
The live action,
Yeah, because in the anime and in the manga, Luffy doesn't know anything about her past. It's
right?
explained to us, but the anime or the live action had to find a way to give us that knowledge. And so in the live action, Zoro, Sanji, Usopp, and Luffy go talk to Nami's sister and say, "Hey, what happened to her? Why is she
Right.
doing like this?" In the anime and manga, that's just a flashback, and so it tells
So,
us
but
Luffy has no
Luffy,
idea. He just stays on that island because he knows his friend's in trouble for whatever reason. She's not asking for help, and then the moment she says, he catches her stabbing herself in the arm, and the moment she says, "I just need your help," this woman who abandoned them, betrayed them,
right?
told them to get lost, and he's just like, "Yeah, you're my friend," and
So
so
yeah,
and then goes and kicks Arlong's ass.
and I guess that's going back to like where I was going. Like everything Luffy did was like, no, I trust you. Like, yeah, you
Oh yeah,
fucked up, but I still like,
he has like in terms of read on people, he has probably the best read on people in the
yeah,
world.
yeah. It's 10 out of 10 for sure.
Mm.
Um, but it's fun. Like,
Oh yeah,
will I ever?
it felt like comfort reading for real.
Yeah, will I ever get finished with this? I don't know if I'll ever watch all 1,000. At some point in my life, I probably will. Like,
Yeah.
I'll eventually get there.
I'm
It's
sure
kind of like,
once it gets to for real, okay, this is the last arc. I'm sure
yeah,
a
I'll
bunch of
probably,
people
yeah,
will, because that already happened like recently. People were like, "Oh,
yeah,
One Piece is getting close to done.
yeah.
Let
Well,
me
and then
fucking binge it."
all of COVID, everybody got trapped in
Yeah,
their houses. It's like, oh, well, we're just gonna sit here and watch One Piece until
yeah,
we pass out and go to sleep.
hmm
It's like, what the fuck else are we gonna do all day?
yeah. And I'm sure every time a new season of the live action comes out, it'd be like, "Oh, well, let's go see how it was there," and
Yeah,
stuff like
yeah.
that.
Let's go watch this, then go watch the arcs and catch up.
No, I'm very much looking forward to either the next time we read it for the show, if not, as soon as that last anime episode pops on, I'm hopping on these box sets I got of the manga.
Oh yeah, yeah, I agree. Um, I don't know. It's gonna be cool.
Mhm.
It's fun. It's just like you said. It's an easy read. Like you open it up
Oh
and
yeah,
it's just like, well, it's like Attack on Titan. When I started that, like I read 9 volumes. Dude, I read
easy
nine
read, but
volumes.
also
A lot of information.
deep and
But
like a
dude,
lot of disturbing stuff.
but dude, I read 9 volumes in like a week and a half because I just
Mhm.
got in the groove and it was just beautiful. And
Yeah,
then I was cheap and didn't want to spend
no.
real money.
But I am starting to rewatch those episodes. I'm trying
Yeah,
to get
I
to
need
the
to.
because apparently they're done. So I
Yeah,
need
they're
to,
done. Yeah, they're done.
yeah,
Done. I wish they'd come out with a hardcover because I don't like the.
yeah,
They've got some really cool compendiums. Like it's
hmm
like 6 volumes in a compendium. Like the fucker's like this thick, but
yeah,
it's all paper. It's like that. If that gets fucked up, like it's not something you can just slide in and out on a shelf without getting fucked
hmm
up.
no.
But
It's hard to find. There's like a handful that get the hardcover treatment, and I
yeah,
don't
it was like
understand
anytime
why the ones we like don't.
I went to Books A Million and I put
Yeah,
Berserk on the read one day list because
hmm
it's on fucking everything.
yeah.
Uh,
I saw
they've got
Full
like
Metal Alchemist has a hardcover.
yeah, but like they've got a whole lower 2 shelves of like 30 volumes, all hardcover, exact
hmm
same. It's like some y'all committed. Like when y'all did
hmm
this, when y'all committed to this. Oh, and Books A Million now only has one single column of
Went to the one in Auburn last week.
Marvel, DC, Image,
All the
IDW,
yeah, all
and
the
something
indies.
else. Like literally one section, no
Yeah.
wider than like
I think the
three
one in
feet.
Auburn was still like 1.5.
Yeah, dude, it's and they didn't have anything good. It's the same shit that's been on the shelf for the
Yeah,
last 30 years, like 30 times I've been in.
maybe. And I don't think this is completely the thing. Obviously, fresh new stories is part of it, but maybe comics will figure it out and just be like, yeah, we need to release it and go straight to paper trades.
Yeah, just go to the like what is
And
it,
people argue
six?
that, like, well, in Japan, they come out as weekly issue, 20-page issues. I'm like, well, yeah, but Americans buy them as the paper trades.
Yeah, we buy them as paper trades instead.
Yeah.
But oh well,
But that's another rant. Um, our draft,
woohoo! Where'd it go?
I believe, is if you were teaching a class on comic books, what are the 4 comic books that you base your class around? Or the
Yeah,
4 that you're
or
teaching?
yeah. What are you telling people to go buy to show up day one with?
Yeah.
Like the class syllabus.
Mm-hmm. Do you
Uh,
want to flip the coin?
yep, got the coin.
Tails, always.
You get her first.
Okay. Hmm. There's an obvious number 1 here because it is actually starting to be taught in schools.
All right,
I'm going to go with Mouse. It
mouse.
is,
Oh,
yes, it is the comic book that, I don't know how
got
to say.
it's
It's
it's a
basically the Holocaust, but it's told in a way that you could teach it to kids.
yeah.
The mice are the Jewish people. Uh, the Nazis are cats, and I think the not Allied forces. What is it in World War II?
Uh, the allied. Yeah, it's allied.
Is
Yeah,
it okay?
yeah,
Yeah, the good guys are dogs,
yeah. It's
and
allied
it's
versus. Yeah, it's something like that.
yeah. But
World War
yeah, it's
One. World War
basically
One was Axis, and Axis was the evil, and
yeah.
so yeah, it's something like that.
But yeah, it's basically they finally legit did started teaching it in schools now,
Yeah.
but it's how
Well,
they
and
teach younger kids
the
about
Holocaust,
World
like,
War II
well, it's like it's
and
called Animal. Go ahead.
uh, the Holocaust specifically.
Yeah, it's like Animal Farm is the kids' version of explaining the Cold War and communism. It's you're on a farm and the
Yeah.
pigs end up taking control, but they
Oh,
do
you're
it in a
talking about
way.
in Fables?
Um, yeah, I
I
think
thought
they.
that's what you were talking about.
No. There's an actual book called Animal Farm, and it
Oh,
teaches
okay.
you. It's like it's communism.
Uh,
And it's like it starts out everybody is free in a Western society,
mm,
poor and needing. Some are rich and all, and then it's like the pigs take over, and literal pigs,
yeah.
and they start making the horses become the working force,
Mm,
and they get a better living, but they get no money, can't go do anything, and it's communism. And then they
mm.
sell people off and put walls up, split one half of the farm and the other half, and they make an east and west.
Interesting. I've
It's a
never
cool
heard of
it's a
that.
cool story. Yeah.
I take it. Is that your number one?
No, it was an actual book. I don't know if we can actually call that.
Oh,
It's
okay.
a book. It wasn't a
I
like
thought
it
it
was
was
an actual
comic.
book,
Okay,
but no.
gotcha.
Um,
Gotcha.
man, you came out with a pretty good heavy hitter there.
I was the only one I knew. I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, that should probably be on there.
Not gonna lie, I think from us just talking about One Piece and how long it's been, I think One Piece has to be talked about. It's
I
kind
can see
of
that.
no, it's not the first manga, but it's
No.
become like the go-to quintessential
Bro,
like
you talking about
like
episodic storytelling?
yeah.
How
It's
about the
like
one that's
this
gone
is
26 years?
yeah. It's like you can't leave it off because it's literally
Also, in
it
like,
has
if
done
you're teaching a
everything.
class on comics and you don't include one manga in there, what are you doing?
You're not teaching comics.
Their style is completely like. I was reading a book about comics and it was talking about how like manga uses this a lot. Where like, if you look at all the side characters, they're all extremely absurd looking because they
Yeah.
want them to stand out. But 9 times out of the 10, the main character is kind of plain looking, so
Mm-hmm.
that more people can identify as him.
Yeah, that makes sense. I like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, One Piece age and just
Mm.
like when you talk, when you go into manga talking, you start with them and years of excellence and being.
Yeah. Um, if I had to go my second one, probably Civil War, the Marvel
I
event.
yeah.
I think it's a great way to demonstrate how comics can not, along with Mouse, can demonstrate like real life, not just things that happened, but real life topics that people worry about, like government overreach,
Yeah.
and also, are there things that need to be regulated by the government? How far is too far when you need that regulation, stuff like that.
Um, I think I'm gonna go number two, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Um, there's not really, I mean, there's not really a specific arc, but it's more just
Mm-hmm.
like TMNT in general. I mean, it was a culture icon in the '90s.
Yeah,
You're talking about the fact that oh well these freaks they're different they're wrong but yet they still fight for what's right and what's good and
yeah,
like yeah y'all treat us like shit but yet we're still going to fight for you to keep you
and
alive and
depending on what age the class you're teaching, probably a little bit
teenagers.
easier, probably a little bit easier to handle than X-Men, because
Yeah,
same kind of same.
same but TMNT has the more whimsical
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you could teach that in middle school and
Mm-hmm.
like late like fifth sixth grade and
Yeah, you're not rolling into sixth grade comic book history with God loves man kills.
oh fuck man that was a dark comic.
That was a good one though.
It was good but oof. What you got for
Mm.
three?
This is where part where I regret doing it off the top of my head. Um, I'll take that back.
I mean, I've got one that I
If we're
mean,
doing this one, is just purely based off of showing how cool colors can be. Some of the we haven't read this on the show. Probably need to fix that. But the first Ninja Turtles, I say first, the most recent that I say that in recent history where the Power Rangers has kind of popped off in comics, they did a
mhm,
crossover with the Ninja Turtles,
yeah,
and the colors are some of my favorite colors I've ever
yeah.
seen.
That's a TMNT and Power Rangers, isn't it?
Yes, and it's also just a fun read.
Yeah, because I almost asked you a question about that because I thought we had read it and
Mm,
we hadn't even read it.
no, but go
Um,
look at the colors. It's some of my favorite.
yeah, artwork and everything. Um, I think honestly you gotta go with. I think my third is to put in like one of the most iconic heroes of ever is you put Batman's Snyderverse in here. Uh,
Oh, Scott Snyder's run.
Scott Snyder's
Yeah, the
run,
new
like
52.
yeah, Batman's New 52.
Yeah.
Just for one, you introduce Batman, like you
Hmm.
introduced him to one of the most iconic characters in all of comic book
Yeah.
history, and two, you also were like, yeah, you could just say Batman, but what
Hmm.
comic do you go get? And
Yeah.
I think this is a
Also,
great.
Greg Capullo's art is kind of fucking awesome.
Yeah, you get an amazing writer with an amazing artist, and you get to
Yeah.
sit there and go, "You've never heard of Batman? Here is read this. Like
Hmm.
here is your understanding of what Batman fights for, his thoughts,
Hmm.
his willingness to do what he does,
Hmm.
and then also look at this amazing writer artist
Yeah.
and how he is kind of changing the way comics are done
Yeah.
artistically."
Um.
What you got for fourth and final?
Dang. I just thought of two great ones, and now I wish I could take my last one back.
Ooh,
There's one. They both massively changed comics as a whole. One changed one character specifically. So for that, I will have to take the other one. Take the Watchmen.
Watchmen. All right.
Massively changed comics. Comics rarely back then conquered stuff like that. So,
Yeah, I mean they
again, like, who watches the Watchmen? Topics like just police brutality and all that stuff,
police
and like
brutality, you
government
got
overreach and stuff like
racial
that.
injustice. It
Yeah.
honestly hits every hot topic that there is.
It's just
Like honestly, I'm surprised that the HBO
who,
series
why do they get to
didn't.
make the decisions and all that
Yeah,
stuff?
like I'm honestly surprised that the HBO series didn't pop off more than it did.
It was
Um,
good,
it was actually I don't think
and
I
it
ever
was
saw it,
I want to say
but it also came out
that was
in
pre-COVID though.
COVID. It was
Yeah, because I tried to rewatch it
okay.
during COVID, living
Yeah,
with one of our friends, and he's like, "Why are we watching this?" I was like, "It's good,
it's good. I mean
like
it's
certified good. I've already watched all of it, and there's nothing else on."
yeah. It's like we've already exhausted all other fucking options at this point.
Hmm.
Um, I think for my four, I have to put Spider Man on here. Um, what run of Spider Man? I don't really know. Like to specifically go by this book. Um,
Spider Verse, the proper
Spider.
way
I mean,
to handle a
yeah,
multiverse.
the correct one. I mean, anything Brian Michael Bendis has done, the Ultimate,
Yeah.
um, the Ultimate Universe, him and
Mhm.
Miles. I mean, you
If you
just
just said the Ultimate Universe,
yeah.
just the massive successes is like Ultimate Spider-Man, and then the massive failures of like towards the end when they were just really pissing people off.
Yeah, but that was all Spider-Man, wasn't it? Or did that
No, they
encompass?
had their version of the Avengers was called the Ultimates, and then they had a
That's
Ultimate
right.
X-Men and
That's
Ultimate.
right.
I want to say Ultimate Fantastic Four.
I think I'm gonna keep it in the Ultimate Spider-Man universe.
Yeah.
Just because of it gets a little
How to
fluffy.
modernize a character.
Yeah. Um, and again, like we've talked about in when we've done the Spider-Mans, it's like Spider-Man like is every teenager in
Hmm.
middle school and high school. It's like
Yeah.
this is a kid that's trying to be a normal kid who has powers,
Hmm.
living his life, and kind of a nerd and an outcast, yet still is one of the most popular people in the world that no one knows who he is,
Hmm.
and trying to balance it in life. And it's just every time we read it, and will be a continuous at some point.
Yeah.
It's just it just is light. Like he just touches everything that is a part of a kid and growing up and
Yeah.
uh,
Coming of age story for real.
yeah, there you go. That's what I
Okay.
was trying to get to.
So the honorable mention that I thought of too
Okay.
late,
Yeah.
Dark Knight Returns
Oh,
drastically changed Batman,
yeah.
like forever. Because
That's a good
before
one.
it was kind of the Adam West campy style,
True.
and I think Grant Morrison came out with Dark Knight Returns, and we've had this dark and gritty Batman ever since.
Yeah, and you're saying that in a good way, right? The dark and gritty.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You want to be reading Adam West Batman? No.
Dude, I tried. Like, I don't know why. I guess I'm probably watching a history of Batman or something years ago, and they were showing like the Adam West years.
Yeah.
And it's like, yes,
Like
one
respect,
thing. It was like,
because that is some people's Batman.
Yeah, like, and you had the funny overtones of the pow and cool. It's like, oh, this was a cool way to introduce like fighting, and then you sit there and like think about the story to it, and it's like, this makes no fucking sense. Like, what?
Shark repellent.
Yeah, shark repellent, and it just didn't make any fucking sense of what was happening. But cool. I think those are. I mean, off the dome, those are pretty good lists. Mouse was a good one. I
especially when you don't really know a whole bunch of comics history like you do.
Yeah, true. But pulling Mouse off top of it, that was a good one. I like that. That was good.
But yeah, that'll do it for this week. Don't know what we're reading. Did we?
I don't have it written down unless we talked
Invincible?
about it. Maybe. Though for
I'm
some
down to
stupid
read the
reason,
next volume.
Though for some stupid reason, we're stopping in the middle of the season.
That's purely because the writer's strike.
It's 100% the writer's strike.
And I'm not even saying it slowed down the show. I think it slowed down everything else, and we're like, yo, we need to save some content for next year.
Yeah, like stick it in somewhere where there's nothing out.
Jack Reacher comes out Friday.
Yes. Dude, I'm so looking forward to that.
I'm excited.
I'm so hyped. He got bigger. Motherfucker got bigger.
How?
I remember like when the season ended, they said they're coming back for season 2. Like a couple
weeks.
Wasn't
big enough.
Yeah, a couple weeks later.
You need to calm down.
A couple weeks later, he's like doing a workout routine going, well, they said I wasn't big enough, so here we fucking go, motherfucker. It's like,
I don't think anyone said he wasn't big enough. I think he said he wasn't big enough.
It's just like you're sitting there going, you're going to get bigger?
Can you get bigger?
Apparently he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
I know. But yeah.
At this
next week, possibly Invincible.
Yeah. At this point, I'm tired of seeing it sitting on my floor over here.
Yeah. Invincible Volume 4.
Yeah, I think that's what we got to do. So.
All right. Well, cool. I'll see you next time.
Yeah, man. Happy New Year to everybody, and we'll see y'all next year.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.